You're watching the 2024 SCAC Baseball Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the University of St. Thomas baseball program. The Celts will be led as they head into the season under the guidance of first-year head coach Torry Peterson, along with the leadership from junior Dillon McKee. Coach Dillon, thanks so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Russell.
Coach, we'll get started with you. Back in July, you're promoted to the head coach there at the University of St. Thomas baseball program, taking over as manager, having previously been the assistant for the prior 2 years. I'm sure that helped the transition smooth out a little bit, certainly. But kind of take me through this process. What did the last couple of months look like as you put together a staff, got prepared for the start of your first season as head coach? And how excited are you to finally be here at the start of the year and the precipice of a new season?
Yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic, Russell. I think the thing that a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm from the Houston area. I graduated from Pearland High School, and so it's a dream always to be a head coach of your own program. But I think just being able to be, I guess I could say my hometown, the biggest part for me. That's awesome. But job, any new head coach, it's if you're new to the program, I think just being able to gel with your kids and stuff like that is the hardest part at the beginning. So being here 2 years with the returners and then having a hand in the recruiting class that we had, it's been nothing but smooth. It's been absolutely amazing, and all the guys here, as an assistant, you have great relationships with your guys. You're kind of like the cool coach, right? Like you try to be the fall guy, but I think stepping into the head role, man, like my message to my guys has been, I'm the same, right? Like my personality doesn't change. The way I look and interact with my guys doesn't change. I have a new role, and then that's pretty much it. But I'm excited. Couldn't ask to be in a better place. So I'm pumped up to get my first year as that guy under my belt, and I can't wait to get going.
Dillon, heading into your second year with the program there at St. Thomas, going to be your junior season. This program has continued to take leaps and bounds in a positive direction. Most wins ever in program history a season ago, hitting that 20-win mark. For you going into your second season, just take me through your mindset. Talk a little bit about the transition, Coach Peterson, moving into that head coaching role. How has that been from a player's perspective? And, just from your transition, as far as your role on the team, how has that changed at all for you going into your junior year this year?
Yeah, Coach P going from the assistant to the head coach has been, as he said, really smooth. All the players love Coach P. The way he leads the team, can't ask for better. But as far as, my transition, I was kind of the new guy, last year, had to prove myself a little bit. This year, I think, a lot of guys, look up to me. So I try to set them as good of an example as I can. But so, just try to lead the team in the right way along with the help of other leaders on the team. But other than that, just excited,
Coach, you've been a part of a really strong foundation that this program has been able to put together over the last couple of years. I talked about it with Dillon as far as coming off that first 20-win season. Now you talk a little bit about your message as far as who you are to the guys, but as far as some of the things that maybe you're trying to implement, maybe you're trying to adjust, build off of the positive things that have already been set previously within this group. What are some things that maybe you're trying to tweak, trying to adjust, put your own personal fingerprints on now that you're the head coach and the early message with this team?
My message from day one is I want these guys, sounds a little bit cliche, but I want these guys to enjoy the experience of playing college baseball, and I want them to have fun with it. I call myself a player's coach. Some people, I don't want to necessarily say frown on it, but, I kind of look down on it, I guess. It's like, hey, you're their friend and you're not their coach. But I feel like for these guys to be as successful as possible, like I want them to be as relaxed as possible and just have fun. So, staying blue collar and working your tails off, but at the same time, not constantly looking over your shoulder. If I mess up, what's going to happen? I preach all the time, mistakes are going to happen, but if we do it, if we're busting our mistakes happen, I'm okay. Like it's going to happen, but just staying relaxed, having fun, staying relaxed, being great teammates, and pulling on the rope. That's been my message from day one. And I think they've bought so far. So, but yeah, just staying relaxed and
Dillon, you came in and stepped into a lineup and made an immediate impact there in your first season, coming off an honorable mention All-SCAC sophomore campaign. You've had a 283 with 28 hits, 17 runs scored, 11 RBIs, a team lead, 26 walks, also a 915 field percentage. You make adjustment there in the field, sliding over from third to first this season. But what have you worked on over the course of the offseason? What did your summer look like as you continue to grow into your game? And how much confidence individually do you have with your game coming into your junior year?
Obviously, over the summer, you're making that transition from third to first. Just a lot of work over there, getting used to, different, change of scenery. But other than that, last year I did have a pretty good year. I always think I can improve. So I think one of the biggest things that I could have changed from last year is a little bit more consistency. So I've just really been working on refining my swing, finding anything that I could make more consistent. So I think that's really what I'm aiming for this year, just to be a whole lot more consistent. And my confidence level is through the roof right now. I can't be more excited for the season. I think our team looks great. So confidence is really high right now.
Coach, in the thralls of preseason right now, a little over a week away from your first pitch of the 2024 season, what is, as this group has come together and started to ramp up and get excited for the start of this new year, what is one or two things maybe that surprise you with this group as they've started to build an identity that gives you confidence about this team heading into the year?
Yeah, I think we lost a big group of seniors last year. So our incoming group of freshmen, the transfers that we got, going into college baseball, pretty much every kid on the team is the best at where they came from. And so usually there's, there's a little bit of, I'm better than you, or, kind of like that idea and mentality. But the talent that we've brought in and how they've immediately meshed with our group that's been here has been the best thing to see, for me as coach. The older guys take and freshmen under their wing, and the freshmen, just take it in the advice. And there's not really been any headbutting, which, this is my 13th year in college baseball, and it's but it's the first year that I'm just been like, holy crap, man, this whole team has just gelled. So going into this year and, with it being early, and that's what I'm most excited about, is just the team chemistry that we have. Because I think in the long run, when you get deep into seasons, that's what comes into play late is how close are you as a team, and how well do you work together.
Dillon, finally wrapping up with you, we've talked a lot about the steps in the right direction this program has taken 2 years ago, making a trip to the SCAC tournament, 20 wins last season, as we talked about. Checking off those little individual goals as you build, the foundation of a program. So as you've had conversations within the leaders on this team and within the group about some of the goals for this 2024 season, what have those conversations looked like, and what is going to be key in order to try and accomplish some of those goals heading into the year?
As Coach P mentioned, last year we had a little division, not too much, but this year I think so. We were trying to really work on, having some unity as a team, and I think we've done a really good job of saying, the freshmen have really just bought into what we're trying to do with the program. So that is a huge part of our team right now. But along with that, I think we want to, just work as hard as we can every day. No matter if we're, got a little, bumps or scrapes or whatever, just really try to have some grit. I think, that's really big for the team. So I think the leaders would agree with me on that. But, I think, like he said, chemistry is really big for us.
And finally, Coach, wrapping up with you, as you head into the first season there as the head coach of the Celts baseball program, success obviously can be measured and quantified in a number of different ways and avenues. When you talk about success with your team, how do you kind of speak to success? How do you try to quantify that? And in your mind, this season will be successful if what unfolds out there on the diamond for this team. What are you looking for in year one as the head coach?
Yeah, and I'll translate it to Russell. So, what we talk about in batting practice when we're taking DP, baseball is a game of failure, right? Like it's gonna happen. You're gonna fail. So just being able to understand that losses are gonna happen, but being able to bounce back and just continue the goal that you set at the beginning after losses, continuing to chase that goal and have your mind in the right direction. Because when we take batting practice, I'm like, listen, if you get around to 5, like arrowing up 3 baseballs is still good. Like it's baseball, right? So just being able to understand how to quantify success in the game, I think it is the biggest message. Not always going to be perfect. Failure is going to happen. It's just how you continue to keep your mind right and keep chasing the success, I think, is the biggest thing for us.
University of St. Thomas baseball program. Again, the Celts will head into the season under the guidance of head coach Torry Peterson, along with the leadership from junior Dillon McKee. The Celts will open up the 2024 campaign when they get on the road at University of Ozarks on February 9th. Coach Dillon, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the year.
Thank you, Russell.